Alright, so I actually just recorded one of these videos for the ukulele, but I figured I might as well do it on the guitar since this is actually a guitar solo. So this is the Badfish guitar solo, Badfish by Sublime. So in the song, he's got distortion and maybe some phaser, chorus, something like that on there. I just got a little bit of distortion right here. Anyway, let's get into it. So I'll play the whole thing and then I'll play just phrase by phrase. We'll go through each part. So here we go. Alright, so there you go. One part at a time. So we're going to start out on the third string, the G string, and we're going to hammer from 4 to 6. And we're going from B to C sharp there, if you're thinking about the notes. So we want it to be a quick hammer, basically just really hearing that high note with the low note as kind of part of an effect. You know, we don't want it to be like that. We want it to be real quick. And you can give him a little vibrato after that too. Again, he's got like phaser, which probably does that anyway, so I'm not sure how much of that he's actually doing, but he's probably doing a little bit. And then we're going to drop down to the 4th fret and do a bend up and then back down. And so you could have done that in the hand position you were in the first place right here. Like that. I just like to do the bend with my ring a little bit better because you can use these other fingers as support fingers. Plus it puts you in position for the next lick anyway, so it kind of serves two purposes there. Alright, next one, we're going to start here. So we just did that bend. And now we're going to put our first finger up on the 2nd fret on the D string now. And we're going to start with a hammer. I'll play the whole phrase. And that's probably the hardest phrase of the solo. You can get that, you can get everything in here. So we start out hammering from E to F sharp, 2nd fret to 4th fret. And then we're going to go 2nd fret to 4th fret on the next string too. And we're going to pick both of these. And then we're going to drop down. So we're grabbing the first fret with our first finger, same string still. And we're going to do a hammer pull off. So what a hammer pull off is you hold the low note, you hammer to the high note, and you pull off back to the low note. So you get 3 notes out of one pick. And then we're going to do the same thing back where we just were on the 4th string, 2nd and 4th frets. So we got, and that's a little bit of a tough move. You don't have to switch fingers like I did there. You can stay in one position and go, but that makes you have to hammer with your pinky, which is a little tougher. So I'm kind of doing this quick position shift. Here I'm in 1st position, and then I go to 2nd position right there. Alright, and then we're going to do a pull off on the A string from the 4th fret to the 2nd fret. And then we're going to do a slide right back to that note. Like that. So here's the whole lick one more time. So you got to do a lot of notes with not a lot of picking there, kind of from the middle of that phrase to the end. We're going to get 3 notes out of this pick, 3 notes out of this one, 2 notes out of this one, and then 1 here. Alright, 3rd phrase. Now we're going to be on the same note to start the 3rd phrase, but you're going to want to grab it with your ring finger. So you could have ended that last phrase with a hammer, and that'd keep you in position. I like the slide better, but if you're worried about shifting positions, just end the last phrase with a hammer, and then you're starting with the right finger for the next phrase. So here's the next phrase. It goes like that. Alright, so one at a time here. We're going to start 4th fret on the A string, and then we're going to go down to the D string and do a hammer from the 2nd to the 4th. And then we're going to play that 4th fret note again, the one on the D string. So here's our first 4 notes of that phrase. And then you're going to go back to the 2nd fret to the E, D string, the note's E. And then you're going to drop down a string to the 3rd string and do a pull. That's a slide. So slide back like that, and then you're going to put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and slide it forward. So we're going to do a slide back and then a slide forward. So here's that whole phrase again. So any of those slides could be pull-offs, could be hammers. You know, if you're sliding forward, it could be a hammer. If you're sliding back, it could be a pull-off. You know, see what works for you. A lot of times I'm trying to do it just like the song. Other times I'm just trying to make it sound good and make it easy enough to play. So they might not be 100% exact. I think this one's pretty much right on though. So last phrase is where we go up high. We go to a high A. And we walk down to an A. So we're starting on this A, 5th fret, 1st string. And I'm going to grab that with my 1st finger because the next note is F sharp. So you could play the F sharp there. I think it's way easier to do the fingering I'm using right here. So that's going to be 1st finger, plays the 1st note on the 5th fret. Then we go to the 2nd string, 7th fret. Then 3rd string, 6th fret. And so you can do that with 3 different fingers. And that's probably going to be the best way to do that. And then we break from position a little bit right here and play the next note, which is the 4th fret with our 1st finger. And that's on the 3rd string. And then we keep bringing that finger down to the 2nd fret. And then use your ring on the 4th fret. And then 1st on the 2nd fret again. So here's that whole phrase. So give that whole solo a try. If you got any questions, let me know. Tabs might be available. We'll see. So yeah, just hit me up if you have any questions, and good luck with that. Try to play along with the song. Try to slow the song down if you're having trouble. Those are very helpful. You want to make sure you're treating the rhythms correctly all the time. That's the, you know, normal beginner mistake is to play all the right notes but not play the rhythm right, and you know, it's not going to sound right then. So pay a lot of attention to the rhythm. All right, good luck with everything.